Large parts of England are under the first ever national emergency red alert, with temperatures set to surge to 40 degrees Celsius next week. That would be the hottest temperature ever recorded in the UK, and there are warnings extreme heat could kill. The Met Office said people need to change their plans in the unprecedented conditions and said it's not the time to play in the sun. Schools are cancelling sports days and saying children can be kept home if necessary. Network Rail is urging people to only travel if necessary on Monday and Tuesday, and gritters are being prepared in case roads melt in the heat. Here's our correspondent Rupert Eveling on the heat emergency.
The warning is stark. As the temperature heads into the extreme, with it comes a high risk to health. There are multiple threats, from water shortages to power cuts, and the UK's top experts want the country to brace itself for a national emergency.
We have issued the first ever level 4 heat health alert. This is because the Met Office predicts exceptionally high temperatures, particularly on Monday and Tuesday next week. And we know that these high temperatures can be harmful to health, including excess deaths.
Is that all right for you?
The heat wave will have an impact, and as much as possible, the public are being told to take precautions.
Make sure that they're drinking plenty, because obviously then that can cause other problems. If they're not drinking enough, they can then become very dehydrated, they can become very confused, and then obviously it's harder then to get them to come back to drinking. You know, we want to stop them going into hospital, basically.
In Spain, they're already living with temperatures that England may experience too. This weather system spanning much of a continent. For the first time, a red extreme heat warning is in place for much of England on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures could hit 40 degrees centigrade in the south. Even the fit and healthy could be under threat of illness and death, with a higher chance of power outages, water supplies hit, and loss of mobile phone services. Farmers are feeling the heat too. The prolonged dry spell is having an impact on crops and livestock.
Nothing's growing, and that means that we're having to supplement the feeds for our animals. It also means that certain crops could be under threat.
While the focus is on next week, the weekend will also be hot. 170,000 people at the Royal International Air Tattoo can expect searing temperatures and little shelter. Although free water is available, the advice is bring your own, and plenty of it. What happens in the skies over the next few days may on some levels look appealing, but in reality it is extremely dangerous. Rupert Eveling, ITV News, Fairford.
So Rupert, when you talk about that extreme danger, what is the key advice from health agencies ahead of this heatwave?
Well, let's just give it a little bit of context. Last year there were a couple of heat episodes, hot weather, in which it was calculated that there were about 1,600 excess deaths. Those temperatures last year were lower than the extreme temperatures that we expect to come on Monday and Tuesday. The threat is very real, and the advice is fundamentally be prepared and plan for it. We know, for example, that some hospitals are cancelling operations, that schools may be restricting the amount of time that people spend. Some of them will even close. Rail travel, likely to see trains going at a slower speed. Of course, all these things have an impact. And then at night it will be extremely hot as well. That puts an excess strain on the body in the evening. And all these things need to be planned and mitigated against. It's a question of drinking lots of water, perhaps keeping the curtains closed wherever possible, naturally keeping in the shade, and fundamentally, if possible, just taking it very easy. Try not to put any exertion on the body, and for 48 hours while this extreme weather works its way through, just try and respect it as someone today. Don't play with it, just respect it.
All right, Rupert, good advice to take seriously. Thank you.
Hi, Victoria. As we've been hearing earlier today, the Met Office issued an unprecedented red extreme heat warning for parts of England, with the peak of the heat wave due to come through Monday and Tuesday. And the red warning covers many of England's largest cities. Meanwhile, there are amber weather warnings for the whole of England and Wales, reaching southern Scotland as well. We are likely to see impacts Now, over recent days, we've seen some very hot weather develop across Spain and Portugal. Portugal just a few tenths of a degree away from their national record. But that heat has been driving its way northwards, and come Monday and Tuesday, we could see the UK temperature record get obliterated. It currently stands at 38.7. We could see 40-degree heat. This is a dangerous heat wave that's just around the corner. And then, heading into Monday, more sunshine, and this is when the heat becomes even more extreme. Now, potentially seeing temperatures of around 40 degrees in London, that could smash the UK temperature record. And it's not just the high temperatures by day that are a problem. This is 10 o'clock at night, Monday night. That is 33 degrees Celsius in the capital. You're going to struggle to sleep in that. And then we've got another hot day to follow. Again, temperatures widely at pretty extreme levels. Now, we've not seen a red extreme heat warning ever issued here in the UK before, but of course we have seen plenty of heat waves. What I have to tell you about heat waves, here in the UK, when they come along, they kill thousands of people. So you need to take this really seriously. You can keep your house, in fact, cooler by keeping the curtains shut on the sunlit side of your house, and don't open your windows unless it is cooler outside, because otherwise you're just going to be heating your house up. And if you're struggling with the heat, perhaps head to a library where you might find some air conditioning for a bit of respite. Victoria.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
Back to the serious business, 40 degrees. This is unprecedented, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Let's just recap. We've had our first ever red extreme heat warning from the Met Office. There is an 80% chance that we could on Monday or Tuesday break our record temperature of 38.7 degrees. That was set in 2019. And there is now a 50% chance that we could get to 40 degrees on Tuesday. So incredibly hot temperatures coming our way that we've never seen before. Everyone is urged to take care and, of course, keep an eye on the forecast. Hello again. Well, let's just start at looking at the area that is affected by that red extreme heat warning. So here it is. You can see it on the map. London there, we're inside it. That's for Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures could get up to 35 to 40 degrees. If we do see 40, it's more likely to be on the Tuesday. And even outside of it in the amber area, temperatures could still get up into the mid-30s. So we'll keep an eye on that and we'll let you know what's going on. A little bit of good news for hay fever sufferers. Those levels have moderated, such slightly decreasing risk of such high grass pollen. There is still a bit of weed pollen around in the mix too. That's it for now.
Remember, of course, that the Open rotates around various venues and Wood certainly hopes to play at one of them. Right now on the course, well, McIlroy's round has picked up, but it's Cameron Smith with a 3-shot lead. Rita, I think we'll be watching both of them closely at the weekend.
Joe, many thanks. Joe Wilson. Well, let's take another look at some of those extreme temperatures that we're expecting. Here's Nick Miller. Nick.
Rita, it's looking likely the UK will exceed its highest temperature on record at the start of next week, and more likely than not that it will hit 40 degrees Celsius somewhere, something that once seemed impossible for the UK. And it's these exceptionally high temperatures and how much of the UK will be affected by them that has prompted the Met Office to issue this red extreme heat warning. We've been hearing about widespread disruption to the way we live and work, with health impacts on not just those most vulnerable to periods of high temperatures. Do please have a look at these warnings and find out what they mean for you and your plans into the start of next week. The area covered by this red warning for Monday and Tuesday is a large part of England. It's not just a London thing. Manchester, Leeds included in this as well, the greatest confidence of the highest impacts. But more of the UK covered by amber extreme heat warnings, including Wales into southern Scotland, and again for widespread impacts. We've seen record heat in Spain and Portugal. That's being drawn north over the weekend to the UK. This is a naturally occurring weather pattern to bring heat from the south towards us in the summer. What's unnatural is how much higher those temperatures are expected to be as a result of climate change. Of course, scientists say that. Alice, yes, advance warning today from the Met Office with this red extreme heat warning for us for Monday and Tuesday. That's an upgrade from where we were. We were at amber, and with widespread impacts expected from exceptionally high temperatures, expected to break the UK's highest temperature on record and maybe hit 40 degrees Celsius. Regardless of how high those temperatures get, there will, of course, be widespread impacts on how we live and work for a few days. We're talking the period period really Sunday to Tuesday, with the red warning on Monday and Tuesday. There, of course, will be transport disruption. It will impact the health of people who are not just the most vulnerable to periods of high temperatures. So because we have advance notice of this now, take a look at what this warning says and the impacts and how it may affect your plans into the start of next week. You can do that by heading to the BBC Weather website. Good advice as well about how to stay as cool as possible during these periods of hot weather. Now, it's from Sunday those temperatures really do start to ramp up, again with lots of strong sunshine out there. So back to sort of levels on Sunday that we were earlier in the week. So we're into the 30s at this stage, and then by Monday this is the exceptionally high temperatures we're expecting, and of course those impacts will start to ramp up on Monday. Monday night will be exceptionally warm, perhaps the warmest night on record into the UK, so heat stress increases because we just don't cool down overnight. Hot again on Tuesday. We may just end Tuesday with some showers moving in, and thankfully from midweek it is going to be turning cooler. So it's looking, Alice.
Well, Lucy's here with the latest forecast and also some important advice on how you can keep yourself safe in the extreme heat. Lucy, tell us, what can we do?
Well, for starters, this isn't your run-of-the-mill heat. This isn't your normal summertime heatwave, Lucrezia. This is expected to be record-breaking, extreme, historic heat in the coming few days, and those temperatures are set to surge from Sunday onwards. In excess of 34 degrees on Sunday before ranking up a notch, nearer 40 degrees on Monday and Tuesday, the peak of the heat, temperatures we haven't seen in our lifetime, and record-breaking warm nights. The health advice is very simple. Seek shade, avoid the hottest part of the day and that strong July sunshine. Hydrate regularly, drink plenty of water, and maybe check on the vulnerable, those younger, those babies, those elderly may be close and a little more vulnerable than others in this heat that we really don't see very often. As for the next few days, I've got the full forecast right now. The Met Office have called this unprecedented heat as we head into early next week. These are temperatures we've never seen in our lifetime. There's severe weather warnings across a huge swathe of the UK, an amber warning through the bulk of Britain into Monday and Tuesday in excess of 30 degrees. Some parts of England and Wales could see temperatures in excess of 35, and a red warning area anywhere from the southeast up through the Midlands and into northern England could see those temperatures peak near 40 degrees, together with record-breaking warm nights.
Well, Lucy, all I can say is I'm going to get my ice cubes at the ready for next week.
Good advice there as well.
All right, Lucy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.